Hello there, all my fellow shapers. Hope everything's good. Hope you're all well. It's just come to the end of the morning at the moment. In my little bit of marsh here. It's very damp, but that's not going to spoil my mood. I'm covered in crap, quite frankly. Mud, clay, everything. I'm starting to look like I'm part of this woods. I'm spending so much time here. Could probably do with a bit of a shave. But that's, that's not important. What we're going to concentrate on today, let's see if I swivel you around, is the ovens. Which I think you can see there. I've got this hot box, firebox, £13 from eBay, cooking at the moment. That's survived 3-4 months of heavy use. Really impressed with it. It's warped a couple of places, but it still folds up and packs away into a portable piece of kit. But that is basically keeping me warm while I'm going to do some work on my clay oven, which is over the back there. It seems to be solid as rock. There is some cracks, but nothing major. So I'm going to give it another coating and maybe smooth it off a little. And also, well, I'll keep that secret, but there's something else in the pipeline for this stove. So I'm not sure if I'm going to fast forward this bit or I'm just going to talk crap through this bit. I'm not sure. Either way, skip it, watch it, do what you like. It's going to be the same method that I used previously, which is wearing a pair of bloody gloves, because it's hard to avoid it, but it's messy, sticky, horrible stuff. And I'm used to working in these marigold gloves because of flower picking for a job. Oh, I've got 2 left ones, that's great. I guess I could show you a little tip. It's only a stupid little thing, but then a lot of these tips are just fold it out, so long as there's no holes in it. That way you can put it back on and these bits will stay nice and dry. If you start pulling on things, then it gets all mucky. So yeah, use the air to open the glove up. I'm going to have to wear this backwards, which isn't an issue. I've done this many times by bringing in the wrong gloves to work. So we'll carry on. This clay I'm learning as we go, and I wish I'd have learnt a few things before I started. But it seems to be key. To let the well, let's start with the start. Clay, when it's fired like this, is porous, so the liquid can find its way through there, and quite quickly it will become nothing but a pile of crap. But it's rained on enough, it'll just wash away to the most part, which is cool. I don't want any lingering evidence that I've been here. So in a way it's good, but in a way that's not so good. So if, for example, you wanted to make a cup out of pottery, it's going to be porous and the liquid will actually just leak through. So to prevent this, there is a method that I found on YouTube. Thank you, YouTube. where you fire your clay, then let it cool down, properly cool down, then pop it in cold water. Then you get loads of little bubbles coming out. Once it's in that cold water, you'll see this tiny little fizz if you look close enough, and that is all the little bits of air that's trapped in there, water that's trapped in there, and well, that's about it really. But that makes it a lot more stronger, and also seals it up a little bit more. Then once you've done that, you rub oil into it. Any kind of oil seems to do the job, but yeah, rub a bit of oil in, and that will hold the oil and form a surface layer of oil, so it should then not soak through, removing the porous qualities of the clay. So that's what I found out. So that's made things a little bit more difficult. I'm not sure how I could apply that to this. I don't think I can. But like I say, we live and we learn. Right, so we eventually finished it. It's got a nice smooth surface now. Don't know if you can quite see it there. It's getting dark already, and that's a lot more aesthetically pleasing than the it kind of had like a face on it before, and it was a little bit scary with the red mouth kind of thing with the embers inside the hole. So it needed a little bit more shaping, to be honest. You know, I wasn't scared, but it was just a little bit. You don't need faces on these sort of things with glowing mouths, not unless you're into that sort of thing. But yeah, there it is, finished. I'm now going to carry on with the second part of what I planned to do today, which was to add, I don't know whether you can see it, but there's a place there for a little kind of bread oven. It's not going to be very large, but it's going to be big enough to put a tin of something in, or roughly tin height, can of beans height. Maybe even make it as big as the hanging pot. I've got the 10cm zebra pot. Maybe make it to fit that. And I'm hoping I won't need to link from the main oven to the side oven with any tunnels, because then it's going to draw air through my oven, which I don't want. Even if I close it off with the door or whatever, it'll find gaps and draw air through the oven end towards the fire, which is not what I want. So I'm going to be trying to cook literally from the heat, the radiator effect of this clay. I'm going to literally just attach a kind of boxish shape, which is not going to have anything other than food in it, and see how hot it gets in there. I've ordered some temperature gauges that will let me know temperatures I'm getting to. It goes up to 300 Celsius, which is quite a lot, you know, roughly 450 Fahrenheit or something. I don't know Fahrenheit, but Celsius is 300 is quite a lot. So that'll certainly be a nice little test, especially if I add an oven to the side of it. I need to know that I can get it to oven temperatures just from having the heat coming through the sidewall. So a little bit of guesswork, a little bit of experimenting. Might work, might be a complete disaster, but I'm going to carry on with that now, and as it's getting dark, we'll leave it there and probably report in a bit later when I get the lanterns ready and everything. Had a bit of tea, but yeah, see you soon. Okay, so a quick update. It's not been plain sailing, but then when is it really? It's been fun. It's been messy, but I've made the start of a little oven. It's going to be the height of a 10 centimetre hanging pot, so it's going to come up to about here, with a roof and a door. It's sealed up as much as I possibly can, and hopefully that won't crack quite as badly as the third layer that I put on my clay oven has. As you can see, the cracks are quite large, quite brutal. That is only the outside layer that I've just put on, because I've checked. But hopefully, I don't know, a bit of heavy rain might, because it does go back to its clay form a little bit with rain, so a bit of rain, get the air out of it a bit, meld it together a bit, hopefully. But yeah, you can see they're major cracks. Failing that, whatever's left I should just keep putting plaster on or clay on top, sealing the cracks up as I can. But yeah, not quite what I planned. It looked beautiful. Maybe it got too hot too quick. It's hard to say with this pottery, it could be 100 things really. I guess you get what you get when you take it from the beach. Like I say, there's probably 15% sand in there, which can't be great. But anyway, that's just a little update. So you get what I'm aiming for now, which is a little oven which is attached to the main oven. And as you can see by the steam coming off of here, this is already very hot. So if I sealed this off, this whole edge would heat this space up quite easily, I think. Certainly after an hour or two. Anyway. So there we have it. I'm now going to move on to my next little project, which is hopefully going to light the way a little bit. So I'll pause there while I get on with that, and I'll keep you updated. See you soon.